Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment of our show brought to you by Tennova Healthcare. Men, if you're looking for the best in care, you need to turn to the Men's Health Center of Excellence at Tennova, especially those of you diagnosed with prostate cancer. What they do is they provide a point person for you in terms of answering your questions, walking you through the process. As someone who went through cancer, I didn't have that at the time I went through it. I think that's a great benefit for anyone dealing with such a disease. Is you like to have somebody there on your side, and their Nurse Navigator program is outstanding. Tennova Healthcare. Give them a shot. I believe in them. I'd put my life in their hands, if you will. I already did. I'd do it again. Hope not to. All right. We have with us right now former Vol players. Shazon Bradley was on the defensive line. Will Overstreet back, of course, and then my former Vol quarterbacks, Bobby Scott, Sterling Hinton. Thanks to all you guys for being here. This is our necessary roughness segment where we pick a few nits with the team. I have a feeling Sterling's probably going to play more defense than offense in this one. But what I want to know, 4th and 1, under a minute to go first half. You're deep in their territory. You've been moving the ball. Butch Jones decides not to go for it. He runs the clock down, kicks a field goal. Says afterwards he wanted to get some momentum, put the points on the board. Your thoughts on that decision?
I think it's the right one. Get points on the board. Get off the schneid, if you will. And we did that and took some momentum in the second half, and that second half was a totally different game for us.
Didn't have a problem as much once you get to 4th and 1, but the play before pulling in A.J. Johnson, the beast. Haven't run it all year round, and all of a sudden in a big moment, in a big game like this, you have a 5-star running back. You have other running backs that can make that play. They've been in the game. They know the momentum. They know how that game is going. A guy that plays linebacker, pulling him in on such a big play at that time when you haven't done it all year round, that's where I'd call the mistake more than anything.
I think they're looking at it thinking, we've never done this. We haven't done it all year. Alabama doesn't expect it to come, but I don't think you're gonna spook Alabama. With that, it's just a wildcat, and it's got a different guy running it. I'm like you. If you're gonna run it, run herd. Yeah. Bobby,
I differ a little bit in that. I want to score touchdowns, and I think at that point, what good does 3 points do you? Ended up, you had 3 more points. Yeah. If you'd have had 7 at that point, then you might have, and that goes back to 3rd down too. They could have thrown the ball on 3rd down rather than trying to stick it in there with Johnson.
Or let Dobbs run it, or let Hurd run it. I just agree with Will. If you're gonna try a run play, let it be somebody who runs the ball. Shazon, what do you think?
Obviously, AJ has as much experience as being a running back as Sterling Hinton has being a linebacker. He just looks really good. But no, I wouldn't.
He's probably right because I played linebacker goal line defense in high school.
I know they had time.
Right under the chin.
I know they had time to run one more play. I would have pitched it wide. Let the running back run wide and pick a hole, just like Alabama was doing. They was pitching it wide. He was running. He was looking for a soft spot. He cut up the hole with good body lean, good leverage, and it's almost like hitting a perfect golf ball. When you hit it perfect, he just sails. And when that body leverage is right, when you hit him, that velocity is power.
And I don't know what kind of lean and leverage that A.J. Johnson's going to play with in the Wildcat coming out of there. Let me ask you. I think you're right. I think somebody else in a different call would have been better. Anything else, you guys? Cam Sutton, who we've come to expect so much, didn't have a great night. Early on, he slipped on the second touchdown pass, muffed a punt, didn't look good on a punt return. Didn't have his best night, but is part of that just the fact that the expectations are?
He did cause a fumble, though. Right there at the very end of the ball game. I mean, that stays in. He played hard.
That would have been a touchdown.
Exactly. Everybody has a bad game, and when you play against a future All-Pro wide receiver, you might have a worse game than you thought you were going to have a little bit every once in a while. But overall, he did what the defense did. He got better. They made some mistakes. They kept in the ball game, but they kept going and they kept making plays.
He's been so good. I think what I was getting at is I think we've built up the expectations so much on him that we forget he's a sophomore. Sterling Hinton, I know you had something you wanted to point out about this team in terms of four quarters.
Well, I watched the game from a perspective of, we're ready to play 60 minutes. I think we took 15 minutes off yesterday. And what was amazing, when the game was over, I'm standing next to Anton Davis and Condredge Holloway on the sidelines. And they said, well, it's time to go shake hands. I thought we had another quarter of football. And I just, the honest to goodness truth, that we fought to the last buzzer. And that's something to be proud of our Tennessee football team, because I'm telling you, if we take that on, I like November.
Well, you also got to think about who you're playing. You're playing Alabama. I mean, and let me tell you something, guys. When you get out there in that fourth quarter, third and fourth quarter, they start pitching that ball, throw that ball deep. They may get something, they may not. Then they come back to that running back. He goes up, finding a soft spot, falls in that hole. Guys, it's like living with the devil out there. It is tough.
Yeah, that's a good team. I mean, again, it gets back to that may be the best offense you've seen. Certainly personnel-wise, it's the best offense you've seen.
It's the most talented one you've seen by far, I think.
And
Go ahead, Bobby.
I was just going to say, to what Sterling said, when you play, as long as you don't quit on me. I mean, you play 4 quarters and you don't quit on me. I can handle just about anything right now as far as this Tennessee program is concerned, but don't lay down on me.
And they haven't.
That's right.
You can't make the argument this
agree.
team is laid down. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk a little bit about the road remaining for Tennessee. 4 games to go. They need 3 wins. Where are the wins? We'll discuss. Come on back on the Sports Source.
Quality, quick. Trust Fast Frame.